Hello everyone, I'm Kate from Go With The Glow. This is my first vlog. I'm here in Cape Town visiting friends and family, and I wanted to introduce you all to Joe. Joe is the person who got me cooking, and that's really how it all began. So come with me, we're going to meet Joe. So I am here today with my dear Aunt Joe, and I wanted to introduce Joe to you because it's because of Joe that I started cooking. And I think the reason this was because she took the mystery out of cooking for me. She made it look so easy to do, and I watched her and I started to learn. And I think because I lost that fear of getting in the kitchen to cook, I was able to experiment and to get confident. And I really want to ask Joe a couple of questions, because everybody should have a Joe in their life. And if you don't have one, I'm here to help you. And Joe's going to give us a little bit of advice too. So I'm going to ask Joe a couple of questions. My first question to Joe is, how did you start cooking?
Well, from a very early age, my mother encouraged us to come into the kitchen, and it was just accepted that, we'd all help peel potatoes or stir the stews, and, that's what happened. And we learned how to do simple things like scrambled eggs and fried eggs and things like that.
One of the things I have really observed is that there's not one cookbook in your kitchen. So you never refer to cookbooks.
No, I do have a lot of cookbooks, but I actually don't use them. I mean, now and again I look at them because they look divine, but I've always felt a bit guilty about that, because a lot of people, right now we're going to do French cuisine or whatever, and I think I'm too lazy. It's all too complicated, and a lot of the time I don't have the right ingredients, and I can't be bothered to go out and get them, so I fiddle.
I love what you're saying, because I would love for people to be able to go into a kitchen, open the fridge, see what ingredients they have, and be able to throw a meal together. And that's why I look to you for inspiration, because that's exactly what you do. And what advice would you give somebody who was a bit afraid to get cooking, but they're intrigued and they want to start or give it a go?
Well, the first thing is not to be afraid. I mean, what's there to be afraid of? It's. I think another thing, you must enjoy food, which you can see I obviously do, and be prepared to taste, and very importantly to smell as well. I mean, we all know what it's like to come into a house where bread is baking or a stew's on the stove, and the smell immediately gets people's appetites up. So smelling and tasting, very important. As you're cooking, bit of this, maybe this would be nice, maybe that would be nice, put it in, taste.
I think what you're saying is absolutely how I remember you cooking. You always open the pot, have a little taste this cake, what do you think? And then you throw your secret ingredients in, which is always a little bit of lemon juice.
Yes, I was just going to say, everything I cook has got lemon juice in it. Not your fake lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice. In all stews, everything, doesn't matter what. And it brings out the flavour. A lot of people use that MSG, which is terrible stuff, but lemon juice does it exactly.
Excellent, good. So one of the things I always enjoy most about coming back to your house is to see what's cooking. And yesterday when I came in, you told me that you'd baked a delicious cake, which I'm going to get now, so you can have it. So, Joe, tell us how you made this cake.
It looks a bit broken, so let's show them the right side.
Somebody's been picking at that.
I got this recipe off a magazine, and it doesn't have any wheat in it. It's made with ground almonds and grated courgettes and eggs and butter and allspice and a bit of lemon juice.
Excellent.
And baking powder.
Wonderful. So it's pretty healthy cake.
This is actually a banting cake. No doubt you've all heard about banting.
Actually, in Europe, there's not too much.
Oh,
about
really?
banting, so
okay.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Well, that's the main thing about this cake, and it's not full of flour, wheat, which is supposed to be so bad for us. And the main thing is the sugar, and the sugar is xylitol, which you must use in Europe a lot.
It is.
It's a sugar for diabetics, and it doesn't have the same effect on your insulin or something or other.
And it's from a natural source, is that
I'm not
right?
sure. I don't. I think it originally came from is it the birch tree?
Yes, I've
For
heard
the,
that.
but I do believe it's synthetically made today, so I'm not
Okay.
sure. You know, it makes me a bit nervous, but I haven't inquired lately.
If somebody didn't want to use xylitol, is there something else they could use? Could you use
Yes, I think there are.
maple or honey seed?
Well, that's still a hectic sugar.
Mm.
There are different, but I don't know what they're called. There's stevia, which
Yes.
is disgusting.
You don't like
No,
that? It's
have
quite
you-
bitter.
yeah. And there are other kinds, but I'm afraid I don't know the names.
Okay, excellent. Well, I did have a taste of this cake yesterday and it's absolutely delicious. So I will be posting the recipe for you to have a look.
The one thing I found when I made it, I think I followed the recipe, but I found it too sweet. So I think when you put your recipe out, just tell people they must be careful of that, because this is terribly sweet.
Okay,
So
great.
I would have probably next time do 3/4 of the amount of xylitol that they suggested.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jo, and thank you so much for getting me cooking. I hope that together we can encourage more people to get in the kitchen and to lose the fear and build up some confidence. Thank you.
Pleasure.